Okay, students, I think all can hear me. As I told you, I will come live or anyhow, I will answer all the questions the students have asked me. So, okay, I'm going to share my screen and I will show you the question. So many students have asked me some questions that I'm going to solve in this live video. Okay, I'm trying to uh, solve this live. Okay, so student join and type listen. I think the things are clear. Screen is visible to all and my audio. Please respond, students. Once please respond so that I can continue. If you can see my screen. Okay, students, let's start. First time I'm going to solve the question and share the screen, and I'm going to solve live. Just look at here and if listen these questions as I told ki ask some question. I have uploaded one video and I told to post your comments, post your doubts in comment section. So few question I have collected here that I'm going to discuss. And student told me to discuss some output based questions also. Many have requested for that. So that some functions discuss here like that also. Few functions I have already uploaded. I have shared the video. You can watch from there and. few I will discuss here too. Okay. Okay, here some question I have. I have collected these questions and I'm going to solve one by one. Okay. And still any doubt after this live session, when this live session will end, after that you can ask the question, okay, through comment section. Okay, I'm not going to see your chats this time, so please don't put any comment this time. I'm going to solve these questions. Listen carefully, you can listen. Okay, see here this question. One student have posted this question in comment section, and one of my student has solved that and given answer also. But here I'm going to discuss this question. This is a recursive function. Okay, this toy function is a recursive function. I'm going to explain. Listen carefully. Here it is given. Question is what will the function toy, this toy function, return when the value of n is equal to 56? If the value of n equal to 56. So we are calling the function means here I am writing the working of this. Working, you can say working or try run. It must be shown. So here n equal to 56 means we are calling the function toy and passing 56 as argument. This 56 will go to n. Now this condition is true. Sorry. Now control go inside. This condition is false. N is less than 0 condition is false. So you know this is ternary operator. You can see question mark and colon. Okay. In question mark colon here we have expression 1, expression 2 and expression 3. No, I'm writing clearly here. Expression 1 question mark, expression 2, then colon, then expression 3. Okay, this is ternary operator. You know, if expression 1 will always be a condition and its result will be the true or false. If it is true, it will be stored into x, and if this condition is false, then whatever we have written after colon that will be evaluated. This value will be stored into x. It depends on this condition. If expression 1 means if the condition is true, whatever we have written after question mark that will be stored into, that will be evaluated. Otherwise, if this condition is false, whatever we have written after colon that will be evaluated. Okay, so listen. Here I'm going to solve toy 56. The calling function toy and passing 56 that will go to n. So the value of n will be 56. Now this condition is false. So control will go after colon. Okay, and after colon what is happening? N modulus 2 means n modulus 2 means 56 modulus 2 will be 6 plus. Then we are calling the function toy. We are calling the function toy n by 10. N by 10 means if you divide a number by 10, unit place digit is removed. N by 10 means 56 by 10 will be what? 5 only. So this is the situation. So for this, and this will be, the function will be called again. Here this function, toy function will be called again. So what will be postponed? This plus this, addition of these two and returning to this function will be postponed. For this function called addition of 6 plus this, addition of these two and returning will be postponed. इन दोनों का सम होना, इन दोनों का ऐड होना और रिटर्न होना पोस्टपोन हो जाएगा, उससे पहले फंक्शन फिर से कॉल। ठीक है, फिर से फंक्शन कॉल हो रहा है, पास कर रहे हैं हम 5. वी आर कॉलिंग द फंक्शन अगेन फ्रॉम हियर, वी आर कॉलिंग द फंक्शन अगेन, पासिंग 5 to the function. So this 5 will go to n, so the value of n will be 5. This 5 will be passed to n, so the value of n will be what? 5. Now the condition is false. Again, this condition is false. So this condition is false, so it will go after colon, and after colon, what is there? N modulus 10. N modulus 10 is, what is the value of n this time? The value of n is, the value of n is 5. So 5 modulus 10 will be 5. So 5 plus toy, n by 10 means 5 by 10 will be 0. 5 by 10 will be what? 0. Remember the calculation, when we divide a smaller number by a greater number, quotient will be 0 and remainder will be smaller one. So we are passing toy, calling the function toy and passing 0 as argument. This 0 will go to n again. So for this function call also, addition of these two and returning to this function call will be postponed before that function will be called in. इससे पहले कि इन दोनों की वैल्यू ऐड होके इस फंक्शन कॉल को रिटर्न होती, उससे पहले फंक्शन फिर से यहाँ पे कॉल हो गया। और क्या पास कर रहे हैं इस बार? वाई फंक्शन कॉल कर रहे हैं, क्या पास कर रहे हैं? 0 पास कर रहे हैं। तो यहाँ से 0 पास होगा, कंट्रोल n 0 n में जाके स्टोर होगा, फंक्शन विल बी कॉल्ड एंड द n value of n will be what? 0. So n will be what? 0. Now this condition is 0 is less than 0, condition false. Again the condition is 0 is less than 0, condition is false. So control will go for this again. Now n modulus 10. The value of n modulus 10 is what? Take minutes. Something is there. Some confusion is there. 1 minute. N is less than 0. Is only less than 0 or equal to 0 also? I hope equal to 0 is also there. Let me check the question asked by the student again. Sorry students, sorry for the interruption. Just wait. Let me check the question. What is the question actually? Okay, sorry. N is less than or equal to is here. This mistake I am doing. Second time I am doing. Sorry for the interruption, students. Just wait a minute. Here equal to. We have equal to. Okay, now coming back to this flash function call. Sorry for confusion. Don't be confused. I'm starting from here again. We are calling the function and passing 0 to the functions. The value of n will be 0. This condition will be true now. Less than or equal to 0. This condition will be true. So as I told you, this condition is true. What will be evaluated? The things written after question mark will be evaluated. Okay. So after question mark, what we have written 1. So this 1 will be returned. For this function call, we call the function, we passed 0 to the function, the value of n will become 0. This condition is true, so 1 will be returned. So that 1 will be returned to this function call. So for this function call, this last function call, nothing is postponed. We have called a function and we are getting back the value 1. So recursion is stopped here. Okay, now what will happen, control will go back to the previous function calls in reverse order, and the postponed task will be completed in reverse order. Okay, so for this function call, the previous function call was this. So for this function call, what was postponed? Two things were postponed: addition of these two and returning. So 5 plus 1 will be 6, will be returned to this function call. So 6 will be returned here. Okay, now we'll go to this previous function call. For this function call, the same thing were postponed: addition of these two and returning. So 6 plus 6 will be 12 and will be returned to this function call. Will be returned to this function call. Okay, so finally this function is returning 12 if the value of n is equal to 56. So here you can write it will return 12. Okay, and this working you have to show. This working is very important to show. Please don't forget to show this. Okay, I hope the things are clear. So this is all about recursive function it is, and you will have one recursive function in the examination also, and for that you have to find the output. Okay, and now, so this is the answer to this question. Now, second question is here drawback of using recursive technique. I'm telling you, there, recursion is the alternate of iteration. Iteration means loops. Recursion is the alternate of iteration statements. Means it is the alternate of recursion is the alternate of loops. Okay. So recursion takes more time to execute. Function is called. If anything is postponed, again the function will be called. The things will be postponed. So that will be then a control will go back to the previous function calls, and the postpone task will be completed. It takes time. Okay, so recursive function takes more time for execution. Okay, so this is a drawback, or you can say difference between iteration and recursive function. Recursive function takes more time for execution. Recursive function occupies more space than iteration. Okay, means recursive function, we call the function and something is postponed and function is called again. So that function will be hold, that data will be hold. And when control come back to that function call, that postponed task will be completed. Till that function call will occupy the memory space. So like this, recursive function occupies more space than iteration. So these are drawbacks of using recursive function. And only one benefit is there: code complexity is reduced. Means the size of program is reduced. You can compare recursive function and iterative function. So function having iteration, if you compare both, you will find that recursive function code is shorter. Okay, so this is the benefit. One of the benefit of recursive function is what? The size of code can be reduced if you're using recursive function. But two drawbacks: recursive function occupies more space. Recursive function takes more time for execution. These are the drawbacks of the recursive function. Okay. Now coming to this next question.